it to that state, then they would continue using hardwoods and put sawdust on it to really get the smoke up, right. And then that would create it very, very dark. And that's where you're getting that Kentucky barbecue, amazing smoky flavors coming from that.
So the smoke is more, it's not just for the heat, the smoke actually will flavor the tobacco.
It's the curing
just
process.
Just like on a smoker on a meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because the smoke is transmitting the heat. Right. It's a difference where here when they add charcoal, it's really just to drop the humidity. They're not trying to affect the internal temperature of the barn for the most part. Right. Whereas when they're doing it for any sort of fire-cured tobacco, what they're doing is they're actually trying to use the heat in order to help to cure the tobacco. So the process is considerably shorter when you do a fire cure kind of principle.
And there's no pelone, and that's typically, the characteristic of the tobacco. You'll see some of it tomorrow. And you're actually going to see it today, actually.
You guys may have noticed this. Back, maybe 15 years ago, a lot of Indonesian wrappers had a very smoky taste to them. And the reason why is because they used a native hardwood to help cure in the curing process. What is that called? Jacarte?
Jacarte, yeah.
Jacarte was the wood.
Instead of the carbon, which they used here,
right,
the charcoal to control the humidity levels, they use, say it again?
Jacarte.
Jacarte.
It's a natural hardwood from Indonesia, but they've tried to get them away from that because of deforestation. So you'll notice now most Indonesian tobaccos don't have that smoky characteristic that they used to have 15, 20 years ago. The only thing that in the air cured, that's one area where we kind of get similar to that kind of curing process. The other area obviously is in Candela. Because in Candela you bring the barn up tremendously higher. You bring the barn up to about 180 degrees, 170.
Cuando estás curando candela, no trabajaste con candela.
¿Cómo no?
¿Qué es la temperatura?
Normalmente se comienza, dependiendo si usted la quiere, una candela amarilla o una candela verde. Verde. Normalmente uno arranca a un 80. 80. Cada una hora 82. Cada hora le va dando 2 grados, 2 grados, 2 grados.
32 hours you increase to 2 degrees.
Eso se puede sacar en 48 horas dependiendo de lo que
2 days you're ready to go.
And basically, I was going to say, it takes you about 2 days, and by the 3rd day you're already pulling the candela out of the barn. Because you're then, in that case, actually using the heat to cure the tobacco. But it's much, much different because it doesn't allow the chlorophylls don't convert the same way. They actually get affixed in the tobacco. So it has a much different taste.